All right.
Welcome everybody to the Jamie Boone after party. We've already had a few laughs and we've only been in here for a few minutes. Right now, Jamie, oh, there he is. The Queen is back.
Just gone live.
Yeah, we just went live. So we're here
professional.
Okay, somebody's got their volume up.
Oh, my. Let me take care of that. That's got to be me. That's got to be me. There we go. It's
all right.
Gotta be me. It's got to be me.
All right. So let's do something different. How about we start with Jamie? Jamie is with us. So introduce yourself, and then everyone can go one at a time, obviously, and introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Jamie.
Next.
Of Talkie then. Yeah, next.
Randolph, you have yourself muted, so you can't do anything. All right, I'll do it. You guys are slow here. We've got Diana, also known as the Lavender Lady, in here. We've also got Godless Skeptic, who's in here with us, and Mystic Atheist is your first time in one of my hangouts, correct?
Welcome.
Hello.
Hello. We can't hear you if you're trying to.
We'll just chalk that up to being a mystical response.
Yeah.
And of course, Randolph, who will be my partner in crime when we do True North Talk in the future, is also here with us, and of course, you're stuck with me as well.
So that's another show I'm going to have to watch. I don't know, man.
There's so many of them now.
I know.
I'm always complaining. There's so much atheist content. There's so many atheist shows on TV.
Which is a good
those
thing.
Poor Christians being bullied by our existence.
I mean, if I
people.
live as of right now to bully people, so why not make it fun while I'm at it, right?
You live to bully people. You're sounding more and more like Duke. You realize that?
I don't know how to feel about that.
No, we can't have that.
One Duke Bonanza is enough Duke Bonanzas.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Jesus, sweetie.
Oh, he is. I mean, look what he does for a living, right?
Yeah.
He helps people.
Now, I have to give him a hard time. He was threatening to come up here, and he hasn't made it. So I don't know, man.
I have no idea who we're talking about. Should I? Or is this like an inside joke?
No. He's a usual in my after parties. And he's like one of my best friends. His name is Duke Bonanza. I might have mentioned him once or twice when I was down there, but
you've said his name twice and then suggested that it might have happened, so my mind has formed a memory where it did. So of course.
He's a really nice guy with a great big heart.
Yes, indeed, absolutely.
He should have that checked out.
Yeah, for sure. It might be enlarged, and that could be dangerous.
Hey, just saying.
All right. Well, why don't you guys talk a little bit about what you guys do with your channels? Like Diana, you go first, and throw a little info out there so people kind of know a little bit more about you.
Well, hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. I am Diana Clarion, the Lavender Lady, and I have my show called, what is my show called anyway?
Coffee with Lavender.
Right.
Oh boy.
And it is Sunday at noon Eastern. It's a talk show, basically, a little interview thing with many people from all walks of life. And this coming Sunday, tomorrow, as a matter of fact, those of you who know Artemis Brain Sample, I will be having him with me tomorrow on a show called He Is Risen, because we're welcoming Artie back from that little time he spent in the hospital, which was not necessarily fun. So it'll be good to have him back and see how things are going with him, see what he's planning. I've had other people on from here, there, and everywhere, and it's basically...
You've had some pretty big names on there, like Aaron.
I have indeed had Aaron Roth on my show. It happened to be Mother's Day of all times, and I never realized that I was scheduling the show for Mother's Day. It was to talk up the Kentucky protest the Ken Ham protest, basically. So I had Oren there, and the funniest thing was that he got the time wrong. He thought it. I forget what time. I told him noon. He thought it was something like 4 or something like that. But we finally got everything straightened out, and he's apologizing to me for being all messed up and everything. I'm the one realizing just at that time that it was Mother's Day that I had set this thing up. So that means that he's got family things going on. I should be the one apologizing to him. So he's a big damn sweetie. And when I did finally get down to Kentucky, oh my! I walked out onto the green. Now, for those of you who don't know, I had worked with Aaron a couple of times previously. I mean, not only on my show, but on another show I used to work on called NCG Studios. So we kind of crossed paths. I walk on the green. He finishes his discussion with the Christians that were there. I happen to point his way. Hey, do I know you? Have I seen you somewhere before? And here comes this man with a big smile, as if he's actually pleased to see me. Why that would be, I have no freaking idea at all. I'm nobody. It's like,
no. I wish you'd stop saying that. You're somebody.
Oh, yeah. I mean, really. I do not have the name that, let's say, Aaron does, or that Seth does, or that, that sort of thing. I'm over in the corner somewhere doing my own little thing. Sure. It's not that I'm non-existent. It's just that I'm not in front of so many eyeballs as a lot of these people are. And the wonderful thing about that was we're all there speaking to each other as equals out on Jim Hilton's porch. Jim was part of the group that actually sponsors this whole protest sort of thing. I'm around the table. Aaron's there. Noah Lugin is just there.
Noah's hilarious.
I love Noah. He's a sweetie. Jen Aldrich is also there, who is flirting heavily with me all day. It's like, Eric is right over there, right?
Yeah. I was going to say, and Eric was there.
Yes. And nobody had any precedence over anyone else. We're just people, and we're talking, and everything's wonderful. And I felt so at home, if you will, which was a great thing. It's not very often that I get to experience something like that. So I want to thank everybody that was involved with that, for that. And they're going to have to put up with me again next year if I can get the money together. I'm certainly hoping I can.
I'm going to try.
We'll go from there. All righty then.
That too, Jamie. You got to make one of those too. The ARC protest things.
I have to make an. Oh, you mean make it there? I was like, you want me to organize it?
Oh no, they have to make it.
All right, another thing.
Yeah, I'll just let me add that to my list of crap to do.
Yeah. Hey, important activist crap to do.
That's right. That's right. All right. Next up, let's try. Why did I just forget? Mystical Atheist. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do?
You are so memorable.
Start out with a fuck you, apparently.
So if you remember something mystical, does that make you Gnostic?
I'm not sure how to answer that. If you're speaking, we can't hear you. So.
Your tech is moving in mystical ways.
Yes.
Well, I heard your chair just then.
Wow. Okay.
There you go.
Yay!
Now we got you. Now we got you.
Man.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Okay. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. As Neil said, I am the Mystical Atheist. I kind of do like talking about Christian books on my channel. Just started that not too long ago. Pretty new to atheism, I guess. Yeah, I know Susan. Thank you.
He'll fit right
Intruder alert!
You're interrupting my Twitch stream. God.
Yeah. So that's mostly what I do at this point. 21. All that good stuff.
21. All right, legal drinking
Cheers.
age.
Here's a beer.
Thank you. I got my wine.
Oh man, now I got songs running through my head because like that exact line has got to be in about 5 different songs I can think
Oh
of.
no.
Did you take my camp?
All right, and Godless Skeptic, why don't you bring us up to speed on what you're up to these days, even though you haven't made a video in
Well, you see, I would bring you up to speed. However, I don't even know where I'm at right now.
Well, you're here in a live stream with us, so that's something.
That is something. That is more than I've done in the past 2 months. So,
What have you been doing? Believing in God? Come on, get to it.
Xenu and all that.
I'm gonna say
Oh, he's one of them.
Yeah, one of them.
Those
One of
guys.
those Scientologists.
infiltrating.
Yeah, he's our mole on the inside of Scientology.
No.
I'm gonna kidnap Xenu and then we're gonna put him on.
He's going to tell us all of his secrets.
Yeah.
Galactic secrets. Mainly, a lot of it has just been I've been going through channel changing because I don't really put forth much more effort into. I want to do more education towards the sciences that I'm studying since I'm a physicist, instead of just atheist content and such like that. So right now it's just trying to figure out and take steps towards that, really.
I'm all for that, man. That'd be awesome. We need more educational type channels. And you could tie in the whole atheism to your physics.
Right.
Stuff like that, right? Because you can be like, this is stuff that we discovered through science and through physics that definitely demonstrate that with the bullshit they put in this book.
Exactly. But part of trying to get people to understand that is to help teach them, not just use it as necessarily a point of driving force against religion or anything like that. They have to actually understand what I'm saying. So trying to teach it on top of that.
Absolutely. And that can be tough because you want these people to be able to learn so you can help them out of these nonsensical beliefs. But half the time they don't really want to look at any of what you're presenting to them.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah. They're afraid of it, I think, is what it is.
Which
if
is
I
one
actually
of
learn this,
it's one
then
of
I'm
those
wrong.
things.
Yeah.
It
can be tough.
It's certainly an aversion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I've heard, I've done so many of these now, and I've heard stories of people saying, I've used to be a believer and I would never listen to any of the evidence that anyone ever, or read it or pay any attention to it. And then one day when I thought, let me just check this out because it might even confirm what I'm thinking is true. Mm-hmm. And then they go and they read that, and then suddenly dominoes start to fall. So I think that the more people we have out there that are educating others, the better. So I'm all behind you there, brother.
My main thing right now is trying to find a different name because I was never really a huge fan of the name I currently have anyways.
Well, I mean, how many bloody channels are there with godless something?
Yeah, exactly. Or something skeptic, right? It's so generic. I couldn't even, because this wasn't even the original name I went with, but I hated the name I originally went with even more.
Yeah.
That's why I just picked my name and my area code and the fact that I was an atheist and just ran with it. I'm like, this is me, Neil 604 Atheist. Come and talk to me.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, you've been on my show, haven't you?
Me? Yeah. Yeah, a couple June, beginning of June. I think.
That's right. It was early June. That's right.
Yeah, because I just moved into my new house. I actually have a desk now. I'm not sitting on the floor.
Awesome.
Oh boy.
Neil, you keep forgetting the people that are coming on your channel. You've got misclaiming his name. You're forgetting that he's there. Do you remember me? Do we need to get you a caretaker?
Yeah, because you're still sitting in my schedule right here, so I haven't forgotten yet.
Okay.
Well, actually, I've got some really good ones coming up soon. So, of course, Unholy Sarah is going to be on Monday. Derek Hawk, who you know, Jamie, is going to be on Wednesday. And then I've got Mr. E-Man, whose name is Mike, actually, up on next Saturday. And you guys are familiar with the pagan Callan, right? Callan is going to be on my show. And Adam the Atheist is going to be on next Saturday, the August 10th. And a lady by the name of Kat is going to be on Wednesday. I've got lost. Jeff Tadlock, who does the podcast Stairway to Reason, going to be Wednesday, August 14th. Lots of people coming up.
When are you having Sylvia on?
When am I what?
Sylvia, when you're having her on the show.
Sylvia can come on any of the shows that we do, especially, obviously, if you're in the after party, she's automatically there.
Oh, yeah. That's the amazing thing. When I started my channel about a year and a half ago, Sylvia was the instant hit. Everybody wanted to see my pussy. No.
Oh boy.
She has a bigger following than I do. So
I confirm, and I want to see your cat climb that curtain again.
Yeah,
I keep telling you that.
Entertaining.
There's that one day that cat was climbing and climbing, did a terrific show, and I just don't know which video that's in. I've tried to find it. It was just perfect footage.
She eats the house plants that are hanging by the living room window. So to get to them, it's climbing up the curtains and everything. I found that she does not like lavender, of all things. You know, here I am, the lavender lady. She doesn't like lavender. So
that's like
irony. Say again?
Yeah.
I said that's like irony somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I may have to make a mist of that or something and spray it on the things I don't want her destroying.
There you go.
Which is usually good at destroying things. So,
as all cats do. I was going to say, shit, now I forgot what I was going to say. God damn it.
Well, I forgot the name of my own show, so you can do whatever you want.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's true, too. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Speaking about people that I've had on my show and people that I've not had on my show yet, Mythical Atheist.
Hello.
You have not been on my show.
No.
I can ask you right now, do you have a deconversion story?
Yes, I do. Definitely.
Okay, then we'll have to.
Apostates unite.
Yeah.
Even if it's a deconversion story similar to mine, it'll work.
Oh yeah, I mean, we made yours work, right? We had a good time.
We didn't actually end up doing an after party, but there was an after party anyways. It was just during the main content.
Yeah, I know. Unfortunately, I had some I had to deal with. So
yeah,
but anyways,
you're all right.
Mythical Atheist, you'll have to send me a message on Twitter, and we'll set something up. I'll give you my schedule.
Yeah,
I'm booking for the end of August and September now because everything is pretty much booked.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
a lot of people.
yeah.
And I've got a few more that are possibly going to be jumping in here. Oh yeah, you know, Jamie, you might even know her. Courtney Hurd, Godless Mom.
Oh, she's
a sweetie.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Oh, she absolutely is.
I like what she's been doing. It's great. Yeah.
She's coming on my show too.
I look forward to watching that one.
Perfect.
I have her on my show on August 28th.
Wow.
Yep. So she'll be on, and that's a 4 p.m. one. And that's pretty much one of the only ones I have in August so far, except for Inquisitive Quandary, who I'm actually kind of surprised is not in there right now. Oh, well.
I don't know. We'll have to put an all points bulletin out.
Yeah. Well, the thing is my show, I mean, I love it when I get people that are well-known, like Jamie, on here and get to share their stories and stuff like that. But for me, it's about the stories themselves, because these are the stories that might help somebody, right? So that's kind of why I started doing this. And honestly, with Seth Anders, because he used to do these as well. He used to do the deconversion stories as well on his show back in the early days.
Yeah.
That kind of inspired me to want to do this. I don't think there's too many channels that do this. So I thought, fuck, I got to get in here right now and start up doing this. And luckily, I was able to have a good mix of people, like some people that aren't well known but have a little bit of a following on, say, Twitter or something, and then of course people that were well known. So there's a good mix. And what it does show is that, you know what, man, even if you're known or not known, our stories are quite similar. And as long as people realize that we're here for them in situations like this, if they ever need help. And that's kind of where I was sort of trying to go with the show. It's just to reinforce that fact that you're not alone out there, especially because coming out an atheist can be even harder as coming out as anything else, right? So,
well, yeah, and it's kind of nice the way you and I mixed a couple of them when we had me on. I didn't have that much of a deconversion story. I lost my faith when I was quite young, but we managed to work in my transness, which,
yes,
like you say, it's coming out in multiple areas is it's as hard here as it is there, as it is there, as it is there. So you made it work, Sweetness. And who was it that was one you didn't have that much of a deconversion story? Don't worry about it. You get on Neil's show, everything's fine.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Oh, I really don't have much of a story. I said, well, we'll make it work. Don't worry. Tell what you can of it, and I'll poke a little fun, and we'll have some fun, because that's what it's about. Because I don't want people to be, I've heard, you know damn well, Dana, that I've had people on here that have literally made me cry. Jamie, Eric Murphy is exactly one of those stories that brought me almost to the verge of tears. Yeah. And another fellow by the name of Humanobo, who I spoke to.
Did Eric suggest you having Tim on your show?
Tim.
Oh, okay. You're gonna have another one that's gonna make you cry. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you're talking Tim, the guy that I was hanging out with?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants to come on my show. And you know what's weird? Tim Kratz, that's his name. I sent him a text the other day, and he still hasn't responded. Is he okay?
I haven't talked to him today. Yeah, I'll call him. You're fine.
Yeah, find out and let him know that I sent him a text. He just might be really busy because he did just start that new job. So
that's true. Yeah, it might be that. I've been
jobs are so much fun,
running around in circles. But.
Yeah, Tim has been through a lot.
Yeah, it's the deconversion stories where people go, I don't really have that much of a story, because I actually think that about mine as well. Because it's like, well, here's these 11 days, and then I just sort of figured out what I was gonna do with it. Story.
You should start a self-help group, Jamie. 11 Days to Freedom.
I like it.
That sounds like a great channel name. 11 Days to Freedom.
Yeah.
Or a podcast.
That is
better than
a
the
much
program.
Better name than any of the names that I came up with, because it's very me. And I have your same problem where I'm like, oh, what should my name be? What should my name be? I've changed my Twitter handle once, and I've decided I can't do it again because that eliminates people's ability to find me. And I've I'm going to launch my own content. But before I organize anything, I'll change which name I'm going to make it at least 3 times. Mm-hmm. And then I've said Flaming Opinionator a couple of times, but no, it should be
That's great.
I hate deciding my own channel name because I'm horrible with coming up with creative names.
Use the metal band name generator.
Metal band name generator.
Yeah. Or you can come up with a band, just any band name. You can do for bands that form now, it's adjective and noun that doesn't make sense. So electric moccasins, indoor kites, right? You're fine. That's great.
Ooh, I kind of like that one.
Indoor kites.
Yeah.
I'm going to take note of that one,
I stole those from Richard Iwata, but it's fine.
Oh. Oh, fuck. I just saw a meme the other day that made me crack up, and I'd never seen it before. And I've actually been to a place called Electric Avenue. And it's right near Whatcom Lake. Yeah, no, I'm not kidding. It's right near Whatcom Lake where I used to go water skiing all the time. But there's this meme that says, we're going to rock down to Electric, but it shows like the roads blocked off and there's like police vehicles and everywhere. Oh, I guess we're not going there, sort of thing, right? It's pretty funny.
Nice.
Don't listen to me. I've had a few beers. I'm kind of starting to get a little tipsy, and I might start rambling on about absolutely meaningless bullshit. So.
Yeah, when I
how is that different from when you haven't had beers?
Hang on just a second.
That's Sounds like a Vine to me. Rock down to police cordon. All right, it's fine.
Okay. When I came to the neighborhood I'm in right now, I've lived in Pittsburgh for 31 years, but a couple of years ago, I've moved to this particular neighborhood, and there's an Electric Avenue here. There's a Dynamo Way, and I just can't help but thinking when I'm on the bus going to my pharmacy or whatever, we go by Dynamo Way, and I'm going Dynamo home. Where's this Dynamo coming from? And it's I guess there might have been a power generation plant right there. So it doesn't exist right now. But yeah, there's a lot of old stuff that doesn't exist anymore. This is all old steel. Steel died here about 35 years ago, but they're still hanging on like it's going to come back or so, like Jesus or something. You know?
Yeah.
Another couple thousand years.
I thought it came back and everything was great. That's what I was told by
Donald Trump.
Oh, now that you've said it, it's okay, and it's not just me. Yes, that's what I heard from our orange savior.
Oh, it's crazy. In September, I will have spent half my life here, and it's
really.
How did that ever happen?
No, well, it can't have been that long.
No.
So
it's not that the place I came from was any better. I grew up in Cleveland.
Cleveland rocks. Cleveland.
Yeah, they're always talking about their geology in Cleveland. Yeah, I've never been, but I was going to ask, have you ever been to Kennywood? But that's not.
Many much times. Oh yeah. It reminds me of Euclid Beach Park, if you've ever heard of that, back in Cleveland. It's they're both neighborhood amusement parks, if you want to call them that. Euclid Beach, that went, 50 years ago. It became public housing back in about 1969. But Kennywood is still going strong.
Literally the opposite of an amusement park.
Yeah, pretty much. But Kennywood is still going strong. They just built a new roller coaster. I forget what they call it. I haven't been there in a couple of years. I'll have to go back.
Is it bigger than their Phantom of the Opera one?
I'm trying to think. This is extremely large.
The Phantom of the Opera one, you come in and it's on the left.
It's definitely bigger than Steel Phantom they had.
That's if it's bigger than that one, then yeah. Wait, did it come down?
The Steel Phantom, I think, is still there.
Okay.
I forget what they took out to. The log jam was one of the things they took out. They had one of those little log things. You go down the hill and in the water, and you get all wet, and you laugh, and everything's over.
I have the pictures for it.
Yeah. I'm just curious. When was the last time you were at Kennywood?
So my first boyfriend took me to Kennywood, which is why it's at all significant, and why I was like, should I ask this? Nah, it doesn't really matter to anyone else. Well, I'll ask it. So that would have been, what was that, 2012, 2013? So it's been a while.
Okay, so it's, pre this latest roller coaster thing. I'm thinking that
it's the first place I went.
After the last time I've been there, though.
Yeah, it's the first place I went where I went on roller coasters and like as an adult, enjoyed them. Like I did as a kid. But Brandon was pretty determined because he likes roller coasters. It was like, no, you're going to go on all of them. It's like, oh, fine, I don't want to. They're scary.
So what, were you two around this neighborhood or something? Or did you take a trip up here? Or? Say again?
He's from Pittsburgh.
Oh, fine.
We met in college, and I went to school in D.C.
So he would know where North Versailles is. Well, around here, they call it North Versailles.
Yeah, you should not. If that bothers you, you should. If it's only French, you're fine. But if you come to Austin, you're gonna get some San Jacinto, Guadalupe stuff coming on. I don't know. Now you have an excuse if you don't make it to Faithless Pharmacy. Like I couldn't take 2 years in a row of San Jacinto, Guadalupe.
So, okay, maybe I've got to get some cash together and go there too if I can manage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, get some cash together, go there, and then just stand on the street and correct people when they're giving directions. Actually, it's San Jacinto.
I have a new calling in life.
Yes.
Oh, it's shitski. Oh man, there's a friend of mine. Every time I speak of North Versailles, he's always on me. No, it's North Versailles. They'll never know what you're talking about if you call it North Versailles. First of all, everybody knows what I'm talking about when I speak of North Versailles. And the second thing is I've started around her referring to this place. Oh, yeah, the place that's near Duquesne, because there's Duquesne Borough here, which they get right for some reason. I don't know why. But, yeah, you've got Duquesne, which is pretty much right. You've got North Versailles, and then you've got Du Bois. That's another fun one around here.
Well, you can't get Americans to go "wah" in any. You can't.
Listen to the conversation. What happened? What did I miss?
Oh, Americans can't pronounce words, particularly from other countries.
French words.
Yeah.
They seem to have a lot of trouble pronouncing a boat whenever they talk about Canadians, I've noticed.
We're sorry about that.
Oh, by the way, in the Twitter chat, Notja Witness is saying, wants us to say hello to Jamie. He's sorry he can't make it.
Fuck you, you slacking bastard.
Oh, man, Notja, the upside down sweetie. I love him so much.
Wait, Australia is actually a place?
Yeah, yes. It is.
Fuck.
It's just near the edge of the disc, and it's full of government shills that are all paid to lie about where they are.
Yeah, I knew it.
To the wall.
So it's so hang on. Does it actually look like Australia, or do they just live like on the ice wall, or like what's going on?
They live on the ice wall. They are guards. They're like the Night Watch from Game of Thrones.
Gotcha.
You have to keep flying people in because they've taken an oath not to have kids.
That's right. Yeah.
They have to get a repopulation every 30 to 40 years.
And Jamae Private School Girl is not accurate, apparently, because Australia isn't real. So,
have any of you looked on Google for upside down map? It's a map from the perspective of Australia. They've got all.
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
It's the one that's right side up, right? Like, so if you're attempting to teach people about, like the Earth. So here, let me get at least halfway sideways serious here. It doesn't really make that much sense to have the North Pole be north, and there isn't really a South Pole except for the opposite of north. The North Pole is significant. Because magnets and navigation. And so if you're attempting to model the use of magnetic forces for navigation, why not put the magnetic force depicted as the bottom so that at least if you were going to have a bottom, it would model gravity. So Australia should be on top of the Earth.
I see. Except
my services as a not lawyer esquire are available at any time to argue in favor of your position.
Okay, yeah.
So
just hit him up on Twitter.
Yes, at Jamie the Heathen.
That's right.
Yeah.
So is Pluto a planet?
No,
it depends. What is your position? And I will either defend or attack it based on your instructions.
I'm sentimental like Carl Sagan, so I'm with him on it. Pluto's a planet, but
it is. I think so too.
I'm not prepared to defend this.
I'm with Neil deGrasse Tyson. It's all about the dog.
It's all about the dog?
Hang on, all about the dog.
Yeah.
All about
the dog.
Uncanny that they were able to superimpose Pluto's face over that weird shape. And
there you go. And I don't know, why the hell did I just sound like I was from New Jersey when I said it was all about the dog?
I don't know.
Stay too long.
Gotta get away.
No, I've run out of beer.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
On my last
Here.
and then I'm going to have to go downstairs and bug Mike for the rest of it.
That is going to be... means my time is limited.
Put up an emergency call to Arn Ra and have him come by with that Imperial Stout. That he
I don't have the Arn summoning horn with me. Otherwise, I would.
Okay. God, that stout was. It was amazing. Never before had I had a beer type brewed product that had an ABV greater than some of the wines and whiskeys I've had.
Really?
That thing was like 17% ABV, which I'd never had anything like that before. It was good. Ooh, yummy.
Jamie, we have a comment from the chat here by my friend Doorknob Head who says, you can tell Jamie is not a real lawyer because if he was, he'd be asking for money for advice.
Yeah, there you go.
Doorknob Head has always got a great perspective on things.
Yeah, he's hilarious.
I like him. He's a lawyer?
No, he's not a lawyer.
Oh.
Well, I can't say that. I don't know if he...
I am Queen Jamie Esquire. Thank you very much. Because Esquire is not a legally protected term, so I can still use it.
Oh,
and I know that because I'm Esquire.
So you can't call yourself Queen's Counsel then?
No, how could I counsel myself only as much as I need, but I am
Queen's self-counsel.
Okay, Doorknob Head. It says voyeur, not lawyer.
That actually for the rhyme, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you that one. Well done, sir.
Solid rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
Doorknob Head, are you falling into your habits from movie night again?
He's hysterical in those things.
Yeah, I
Oh,
love
never
your comments
disappoints.
on movie night. Have you ever seen movie night?
No, I
I have, yeah.
Oh,
Sorry.
man. It's on a channel called Science Strike Force. It was just on last night.
Yeah, they do them Fridays.
Midnight Eastern. And then on to like about 9 in the morning. We find the strangest pseudoscience, creationist, woo, whatever it is out there that's totally strange. And we pick these things apart. It's sort of like an MST3K.
I was just going to say that.
And we'll start to play the film. And once somebody sees something totally egregious, they yell, drink! And then go on to explain why they called drink. And then we go around the horn adding things. Cy calls it a drinking show with a science problem. And then we're a film that runs, say 20 minutes. Will take us maybe 7.5, 8 hours to review because we're going back and forth like this and getting progressively
you're drunk.
on. And if you ever get the chance, I forget which one it was, but it wasn't that long ago, maybe a month, 2 months ago. You might want to find the movie night where I was doing gin and Dr. Pepper all night. I am led to understand that one became legendary. I was well, 3 sheets to the wind doesn't even begin to describe what I was that night.
You were Dr. Gin. That's what you were that night.
Oh man. But it's a whole lot of fun. It really is. It's a lot of banter back and forth between the panelists. But we've got some of the best panelists there are.
I got to get in on that one night.
Say again?
Yeah.
Said I got to get in on that one night.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to have you.
Is that the channel where the people in the comments go crazy with the puns?
Oh no.
Oh, that's a different thing. Okay.
And you would become a puddle on the floor. We have Kara Strain on the panel. She's co-host. I have said of Karis that she could read the back of a cereal box and make it sound erotic without even trying.
I got to see that.
I love her dearly.
She should do a show with Seth Andrews, and then the world will implode.
This sounds like
voices.
the end of all this.
You know what she should do?
Great.
Absolutely.
You know what she should do is as much political commentary as possible then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's the thing. I'm so mad at myself. I didn't get here, Neil, when you interviewed Seth. Somehow I missed that. I would have loved to have seen. I would have loved to have seen that show.
Well, it exists on the internet, so no pressure. Yeah, hit me up on Twitter. I'm not as science as I would like to be, but if it means being prepared for a drinking game, you can bet I'll study up.
I'll just graduated cylinder, Jamie. You'll be sciencey enough.
Well, with the
come on. I've got all the science we need here. That I can provide the science. You guys do the drinking, and it'll be a fucking blast.
Can we drink out of the graduated cylinders?
I mean,
I've got some nice sized.
Is anybody here a chemist?
Yes,
I am not. Oh,
are you going to stop us?
Chemist.
I mean, not professionally, but.
You like explosions, Jamie?
Is any chemist actually a professional? Come on, let's be honest here.
Yeah, true enough. I'm like a total hack. But anyway, all I can tell you,
quality of the chemist can be measured by the size of the explosions.
You know, it's really fun to mix bleach and ammonia. Go try.
Oh yeah, is it? Is it? I bet it is. But it is.
If you don't want to breathe anymore and you're done with life, go mix the two.
If you are done with everything,
take life advice from Neil.
Go piss in a bottle of bleach.
Somebody where I worked did that one time back in the day.
Why?
At a pizza shop. Because they thought, it'll be much better cleaner if I add these two together. And,
and
then I'll be able to cut through everything.
It'll be much cleaner. It'll be cleaning, kind of the soul out of his body.
It'll be so much easier for the coroner and his people to pull the body better.
It'll be very easy to check the cause.
It is fatal. Yeah.
Oh, God.
If you breathe it in a lot, it's fatal.
Yikes.
So we had to clear the restaurant. We had to pull everybody out of there. And we had these great big fans going to blow all that shit out.
You said you weren't going to tell the story. The fart wasn't that bad. It's just you just need to get over it.
I know, and I try to always cover it up with the whole ammonia and bleach story.
Yeah, someone in the back. We gotta get out of here.
yeah. Don't ever mix beer and sushi too much, all right?
Exact same chemical process, turns out.
Pretty much, right? And I'm not allowed there anymore.
I walk in and get kicked out of places. Surprised I haven't been kicked out of where I work yet.
Okay.
Must have to tell you too. What's that, Dinah?
When I was younger, I went into the backyard. Those two had a swimming pool at the time. So we had the pool chlorine, the powdered calcium hypochlorite. Put a little of that into a container and throw some cleaning ammonia over that. Your neighborhood is under a cloud of white smoke.
Right. Yeah. And this stuff does not smell very good either. And it stays in. It's brutal.
It's quite exothermic too, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Burns a hole right in the lawn.
I get to play with all kinds of cool shit like that almost daily. So.
I really miss organic chemistry. When I was at uni this time around, I took
my God. Okay. We were so close. We were going to be friends, but apparently OChem is your favorite. So I'm gonna go hang out with Cy-10 Brugenkate and Ken Ham now. Jesus. Oh wow.
So Jamie's turnoff is OChem. Got it.
I just, on behalf of everyone I know that's actually taken it in college, I refuse.
I had to take it too, Jamie. So,
I was gonna say I did not take that for a grade. I sat in and I went.
I actually miss the aroma of an OChem lab. It's just something about the aroma of diethyl ether is comforting.
Are you like a reincarnated Nazi or something? What is this? Jeez.
Yes. Guess who doesn't have to take OChem?
You.
Oh,
me, exactly.
I don't think you really need to.
No, absolutely not. There's no point for me to take it.
Because it's all memory, it's all memorization, and I suck at memorizing. So like the OChem, the integral calculus, the second semester calculus, that's also memorization, and never did too well on those. But stuff, oh yeah,
just in case.
Say again.
I've got apps just for that reason, just in case I need to reference something that I can't fucking remember from school. So I've got a calculus app, and I've got a biochemistry app, and shit like that. So anytime I need to reference shit, remember.
Bad teachers, and that meant that I didn't care about the subject, and that means I don't know any of it.
The word.
Yeah, if you don't have a teacher that's going to get you interested in the subject you're learning, it's tough.
That's like,
the other day,
class is having a teacher that enjoys what he's teaching or she's teaching, and that is good at teaching it. That is 90% of the class.
Oh, yeah.
But like in a classroom setting. So the other day, I'm working at this summer camp right now. The other day, it's like this music thing, and the person is explaining major and minor chords. I'm like, oh yeah, you can do this, you can do that, and like you can hear the difference.
Mm-hmm.
If one teacher had done that while I was in maybe not middle school, but high school, I would be able to play an instrument, at least the guitar or something. Not well, but I would have been interested enough to learn and practice.
You need to learn the bass. I need new bass players. I mean, you need to learn how to play bass.
You play the bass?
Yeah.
I don't know. You have to be like cool and not talk too much, and that's not really the style.
No.
Yeah, I play bass. And also, I'm me. So that
to play the bass, you've got to have the taxi hacks cap and the cigarette in the strings of the bass guitar, right?
Boom, boom,
you have to have sausage fingers. Bass players have like fucking sausage fingers.
I don't know.
I play bass.
You play bass?
Yeah.
Go join Neil's band.
Do you live anywhere near me?
I live in Kansas. Flatland.
Fuck, that's nowhere near me.
Oh, fuck off, Kansas.
Do you live in nowhere, Kansas?
What?
Because that place gets weird.
Where?
Nowhere, Kansas?
No. I live in the big city, Wichita.
Oh, even worse. Even worse.
That's just concentrated Kansas.
Yeah.
There's some fights in my after parties here, people.
So let's clear some air. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah, the city that is just exists to. So Americans are bad at geography for the rest of the world on average, and Texans are bad at geography for not Texas. So Kansas City, Missouri exists just to poke Texans in the eye because I don't even. What is that? Is that a thing? What is Missouri? Is that over there in part of not Texas?
Hey, listen. We don't need to go around throwing shade towards Missouri. All right, I do plenty of that on my own.
All right, I just mean you should change the name to Missouri City, right?
We would, but
Missouri
there already is a Missouri City.
Well, then why did
Missouri City 2.0?
Missouri City 2.0.
New Missouri City. That's
there you
all
go.
The colonizers did. Just do that.
See, Kansas has to have something decent about it. So we took Kansas City and made it great. So
and it's in Missouri, nowhere near Kansas.
Well, part of it is in Kansas.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
But the good part of Kansas City is in Missouri.
Exactly.
Okay. So this makes more sense to me now because I literally did not know until about maybe 5 seconds ago now that it was in both states. So
yes.
Now all I have to do is actually learn my geography of the
It's okay.
U.S.
We'll just come back over there, burn down Lawrence again. It'll be fine.
Oh, jeez.
I don't even know if I'm on the right planet right
now. Mythical, you said you were out of Kansas?
Yeah.
If I may, whereabouts? I've got a friend in Manhattan.
Okay, so I'm in Wichita, which is about 2.5 hours south of Manhattan. It's the biggest city in Kansas.
Okay, because
and it's the biggest disappointment too.
Manhattan is where Kansas University is.
Throwing it.
It's just in my nature to insult Kansas. I'm sorry.
It's fine. You're gonna have backup here in a second because apparently Kansas, recognizing its own failings, went, "Oh, we'll name this patch of land Manhattan," and then some confused, poor immigrant family fleeing a potato famine will go, "Oh, we're trying to get to Manhattan. Where should we live?"
Hey,
and some because at this point racism still applies against Irish people as them not being wasps. We'll send them to fuck all desert town land, and then they'll end up in Manhattan.
They'll end up in a Manhattan, not the Manhattan.
Some place
it won't be the good one.
Calls itself
Manhattan. They're like, "Hey, give us back our name."
Yeah.
It's called the Little Apple.
Okay.
I was joking, and if they do actually call themselves the Little Apple,
they do.
I now have to watch all sports so I can root against the college so that they always lose.
Well, they always lose anyways.
Excellent. I'll make a game of it.
Anything in Kansas, it's just being part of Kansas immediately makes you lose. I'm sorry, but like Kansas is just you lose. Living in Kansas, you lose. Like, come on. And this is coming from Missouri. There's not much great from here either.
I've lived in Missouri. I went to boot camp in Missouri.
Where at?
Terrible.
I didn't quite catch that.
Fort Leonard Wood.
Oh, gross. Why would you go there?
Because
that's where the army sent him. Sorry.
Gross. Well, there's plenty of places you could go in Missouri that are much better than Fort Leonard Wood. Because I live in Rolla right now, which is right next to Fort Leonard Wood.
Well, at that time, I didn't have a choice because I was going to boot camp. So
you don't really get a lot of choices in boot camp.
I did live around Springfield for a while too, though.
Gross. I haven't been in Springfield in like 10 years.
It's not a nice city.
No, it's not.
Sorry, I don't know.
Yeah, it's where the Simpsons live. It's actually south of the equator.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
My only experience with Missouri is St. Louis, so I don't know.
Just don't go to the Illinois side of St. Louis. Missouri's got the better side of St. Louis.
Yeah.
What? Wait.
What's up? Hang on.
No, nope.
Okay, so
I live in Austin, Texas. Let me tell you about the 5 states of Texas.
One of the fucking coolest places I've ever been.
Yeah.
So one of the I've been to Texas.
I live
Texas,
in
lovely place. But I went to Flower Mound, Texas.
Okay.
Quite lovely.
Do I actually understand that Austin is rather reasonable? I mean, not only Texas is concerned, places.
Yeah. So, do you know the show Portlandia?
Fantastic. Yes, I know the show.
Dan?
No, I don't know this one.
Okay, then it's not going to help me explain anything. Yes, Austin is fantastic.
So I may have
city.
to come down there at one point or another.
You should. It has only the good parts of Southern culture.
Oh, there are good parts?
Yes.
There's another Canadian in my chat. Awesome.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Do I have to save up all the money and everything else? Because as far as I remember, the 2024 total solar eclipse will be tracking either through or near Austin, will it not?
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of. I just know that if you put on a map the path of the total eclipse, it only hits America and it forms an X, and it's due to coincide with years that could possibly, that could possibly be Trump president years.
Oh, great.
Oh.
Sorry for that. It's one of my factoids that I'm like, all right, people that think that weather and natural events are God speaking to you, why is it the last time we had a super religious president, we got Katrina, and this time we got 3 giant hurricanes in a year, and now there's 2 solar eclipses that form a giant X over our country. What does that mean to you? That your God sending you a message? It means that you couldn't take a solar eclipse and outline a middle finger to you. That's what it means.
Jamie, we're not allowed to say the he who should not be named in my.
Oh, I apologize.
Voldemort?
Yeah,
No,
Voldemort.
Trump.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Trump.
I mean, what's the difference?
Really? I know.
Well, Voldemort. I can make a case defending Voldemort.
Right.
Okay, that's fair. That's a good point. It's a good point.
Troubled childhood, temporary insanity. Every time he murdered someone, boom, done.
Yeah.
I've been watching too much of The Practice, so I'll plan B someone else. That joke is for the one person watching right now that likes The Practice. That joke's for you.
I've never even watched that show, by the way.
Never.
It's like a legal drama. It's very good. I like Law and Order immensely, and then I found The Practice, and I was like, this is excellent. And from the opposite side, because they are private attorneys rather than attorneys general.
Right.
Although there's a character that is an attorney general. It's that's all good. It's a good show. It's from the night. Well, it's a good show. It's from the 90s. So even though I'm watching it on my own, I have to audibly make fun of like the 90s feminism style. Like this is how the characters interact.
Right.
Thing with it, with having not seen the show, any further explanation of it will sound preposterous. So.
Somebody made a great Angie Dell 66. Now, Angie, I'm curious, is 66 the year you were born? Like me? Or she's also from Texas, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. And she had a great name for he who cannot be named. Like Lord Voldemort, but it says Lord Filter Snatch.
Yeah.
It's just great. Lord Filter Snatch.
I gotta remember that one. That one's good.
Yeah, I like it. Awesome. I'm
scrolling through the chat and we have someone who lives in Iowa. Oh my gosh. All right. So I have my geekiness where I like to go back and listen to like random people, national anthems that are good, or songs from war, particularly ones about partisans, which is like people trapped behind enemy lines. So Partisan from Reason, Trapped in Iowa, solidarity to you, sir. Woo! Eat corn and vote, please.
So speaking of corn, how about Nebraska?
Oh, God.
I've heard that it has corn. I've heard. I have no reason to visit or investigate.
No, me neither.
Corn in the Walmart parking lots in Nebraska.
They have corn everywhere. You can't go but 10 feet without seeing fields of corn in Nebraska.
It's actually, until the Supreme Court ruled it illegal, that's how they carried out executions with corn.
Is it like
with corn? It was, like they would take the witch to the edge of town, and they would stone them to death with corn cobs.
I believe it.
Freaks. Terrible way to go.
I had something totally.
I got corn to death.
Would you? All right,
you had something different in mind, Neil.
What's that?
Wait,
what?
Like corn.
I don't know. Every time I hear corn, I think of a really old, really, really bad, dirty joke that I heard in like elementary school about corn.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, I think we all know the joke I'm referring to, and I'm not going to repeat it because I'm hoping at some point I'll get monetization on this channel.
So I don't know the joke, but also I apologize for calling someone a Nazi earlier for your monetization.
Dude, I'll never be monetized. Trust me, it's okay. I'm not worried about it.
Well then, Nazis galore!
Feel free to punch them.
Oof.
Nazis.
I know. Well,
everybody's equal under the law.
Fuckers took 4 of my family members, so I have no problems with that.
But that makes it difficult for me to continue any part of that.
I don't actually advocate for punching anybody, but if they piss you off enough, go ahead and slug them. And
I'm all for self-defense.
Yeah, there you go.
Just take them to the state of Washington because you can have fist fights legally under.
Just go back a couple hundred years, go to New Jersey, and duel it out. Problem solved.
Or just go to New Jersey now and take them to the shore, and then there'll be some fight somewhere.
Probably.
So you're saying take them to Jersey Shore.
Yes.
Jesus.
Take them to Jersey Shore.
They will self-deport from this country if they have to live in Jersey Shore. That's fine. Like, wait, these people are tanning themselves, and this is what white people are like? No! And then they'll leave.
Hang on, what are white people are like? What? Fuck my mouth.
South Park got it right, is what you're saying?
Jersey Shore. It was just that.
So South Park got it right?
Yeah, South Park. If New Jersey expands and invade,
Joyzy.
Joyzy.
Yeah, the old Saturday Night Live thing. You from Joyzy? I'm from Joyzy.
Yeah.
Neil is the complete opposite of Hitler. Well, that's nice to know. Thank you, I guess.
What is the complete opposite of Hitler?
Yeah.
So to be the complete opposite of Hitler, I guess you'd need to have a reverse swastika, huh?
Yeah, which is actually the swastika is actually a reversal of one of the original Wheels of Life symbols. So
it's also Chinese characters. It's written both ways in Chinese, and but so they have it at an angle. The bottom's flat. You can see it in Buddhist temples as well.
Well, so in Jainist, in Jain temples, because it's a Jain symbol. So it's interesting because it exists in a lot of early cultures because there's a set of stars that form a right angle-ish that, from the human perspective, appear around the North Star, and over the 4 seasons are at right angles from each other. So by observing the stars, particularly around the North Star that's always there that can be used for navigation, you form a swastika.
Oh.
Yep, definitely.
Technology is ruined.
Just so you guys know, I'm going to wrap this up around 9. We got about 7 minutes.
Perfect.
Okay.
Well, that's good, because I was trying to find the awkward way of like, oh, I should really go soon.
I don't want to keep you for the rest of the people that you're there with. Too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got to work tomorrow, even though I really don't want to.
Oh.
Well, tell them I said you got the day off.
I think I've got a couple of things to do tomorrow.
Jamie, I'll be in touch with you anyways, regardless, to talk about...
Yeah.
We got to talk about the whole ACA thing and me getting
ACA
that
stuff.
somehow on there and whatnot. And I got to talk to Mark too, so we'll set something up.
Yeah.
Anyway, dude, it was a pleasure having you on to chat with tonight, and I hope you had a little bit more fun with a bunch of my crazy friends here. So.
Yeah, this was great. I didn't mean
awesome.
to end it 6 minutes early by mentioning that.
It's okay. No, I it's been in my head. I got to get this done by about 9 because I'm going to go downstairs and get the rest of my beer before the other assholes down there drink it all. So.
Oh yeah, well,
Smart move.
Yeah,
there's that. Yeah, it's
and,
the
yeah.
There's some comparison of the U.S. I think Ireland or the UK, and then Canada.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just 3 symbols repeated. So for the US, it's beer symbol, fighting, jail, right? Mm-hmm. For the UK, it's beer, fight. For Ireland, it's beer, fight, beer. And for Canada, it's beer. So I'm not going to get in between you and the beer because you guys have it right. So
it sounds right.
You got a goose or a beaver in there somewhere too.
Yeah, beer.
If you guys haven't seen it though, go onto YouTube and look up "Beaver Welcome to Canada." It's a funny video where he walks up and there's a beaver in the middle of the road. And there's cars whipping past him. And he's yelling, "Welcome to Canada! Welcome to Canada!" There's cars that are whipping past him. It's just too funny. You guys on the road, he's like, "Is that a beaver welcoming people to Canada?" And he walks out in the middle of the road to talk to the beaver. He's even got a microphone. It's just check it out. You'll see it. I'm not But anyways, Jamie, once again, thank you, man, for joining me.
Oh yeah, my pleasure. Yeah. Invite me on to things. I like talking into cameras. It's great.
Always a pleasure to talk with you.
Yeah. definitely.
Thanks to everyone for joining us for the after party. I'll put out a tweet thanking you all once again when we're done here.
Well, thanks for having me, Sweetness.
Oh, always a pleasure. You know you're always welcome. Dana was one of the first people I interviewed doing these things, so
a lot of fun in the after party. Have to come back sometime.
Well, yeah, you didn't get one, so you're pretty much allowed to jump into any of my after parties.
Right on.
Yeah.
And of course, Mythical Atheist, we shall talk about doing a show for you at some point.
All right.
I'll get in touch with you on through DMs. And Randolph's like a brother, so he's always in these things for most of the time.
Thank you, brother.
So be on the lookout, because Randolph and I will have a call-in show very similar to Talk Heathen and Atheist Experience at some point, but it should be the first one in Canada. I know there is another show, but they don't do call-ins. But I can't remember what the fuck they're
There's
called.
lots of other shows.
I know, but they're not going to be as cool as ours. We're going to have the bad cop, good cop thing going on. So.
Normally, I would be like, "Oh, competition! You're going down in flames." But we need a Canadian language show as well. So
that's right. Yeah.
We use international English here in Canada.
Yeah, we throw U's in the favor and flavor, stuff like that.
Speaking the Queen's English.
No, that's the French influence, man.
Yeah.
Really.
Anyway,
it's if you were using a lot of swear words, I would say you're using the King's English.
Gross.
All right, everybody, thanks for tuning in and hanging out with us for a little while here. We had a great time. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. If you did, remember to hit that like button and share this out. And if you liked the original interview with Jamie, which I can't see why you wouldn't, don't forget to hit the like button on that again if you go back, and also share that out as well. Because the more people that see these, I think the more it might help someone. And as I always say, these things, like the late, great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge. And we'll see you guys next time.
Cheers.
Peace out. Monday.